Dear Internet, I have a confession. I love Dead or Alive. I started playing it in middle school and I focused in on one thing. Well, two things actually. Breasts. Dead or Alive is without pure and provocatively dressed women. But does it reduce female characters to the sum of their body parts? And does Dead or Alive objectify men and women equally? It doesn't, and I'll explain why. Quickly defined, sexual objectification means reducing a person to a sexual object. Subjects act and objects are acted upon. When a woman in real life chooses to wear something revealing, that's her conscious choice and there's nothing inherently wrong with it. The women of Dead or Alive, however, are digital creations meant to satisfy people who like ogling women. This isn't bad, it's just executed in such a bizarre way. It seems that no female costume can contain the floppy water balloons struggling to make their great escape. Even sensible costumes, of which there are many, fail to adequately control the movement of a woman's chest. Hair barely moves, but breasts animate as if they're wacky waving inflatable arm guys. Nothing about the female animation in this game makes me believe that anyone at Team Ninja has ever seen a real woman. The game's males have nothing that could possibly compare to the breast jiggle. No junk swagger or anything. Except for Zack, who has a floppy penis coming out of his head. Dead or Alive hypercharges most everyone's physical features, but it does so in different and very unequal ways. The men of Dead or Alive are allowed to be many kinds of shapes and sizes. Big, small, young, or old. They do have lots of muscles though, but this is a fighting game, so it's not inappropriate. Women, however, are portrayed as exclusively young, thin, and come with big, bolted-on tits. Costumes are bizarrely tailored and often show ridiculous amounts of skin, but gender shapes the context. Male outfits, showing as much muscle as possible, visibly strengthen characters, thus empowering the person playing the game. Not only that, but men's costumes simply work as fighting clothes. The same does not follow for the women, who often show up completely unprepared for the rough and tumble of the ring. A wardrobe malfunction looks possible at any second. Many female costumes simply don't make sense. Helena, the chief executive of a mega corporation, probably has the silliest costumes by far. Here's a picture of 3 of the most powerful female CEOs on the planet. And here's Helena. How can I immerse myself within the game if the characters don't dress sensibly, particularly in the story mode? And what about this chapter where Bayman gets to dress in snow gear while the females show either cleavage or ass cheek? Male and female characters often lose with the same style, but the costumes again completely alter the context. Characters fall down on all fours, breathing heavily and waiting to re-enter the fight, yet when women wear their low-cut and barely there outfits, it's almost as if they're sexually presenting as 2 bowling balls wait to spill out of their tops. You unlock costumes for both men and women, but the most difficult outfits to obtain are sexy swimsuits for female characters. A woman's mostly exposed body serves as the game's ultimate reward. Looking at a 3D render of a provocative woman isn't bad, but commodifying her body isn't great. In spite of their status as sexy trophies, women have a great deal of narrative agency. They have feelings and goals that they act upon rather than passively receiving the actions of men. Tina probably serves as the most juxtaposed agent/sexual object as she jumpstarts her fighting career, reunites with her father, and announces her campaign for state governor. She demonstrates that women can be both agents and sexual objects meant to satisfy the player's gaze. As a result of the franchise's overt objectification, nobody considers Dead or Alive with any sort of weight. This probably has more to do with the game mechanics, since combos are simple and there are few if any flashy special moves. Major League fighting tournaments consist of Street Fighter, Tekken, and Super Smash Bros., none of which have gravity-defying breasts. I don't believe that Team Ninja hates women, or that they think females are lesser people. What Team Ninja does is treat women's bodies as a commodity to be possessed and viewed. The men are also meant to be gazed upon, but in a distinctly different way. Exposed women arouse, exposed men empower. It's clear by the sheer volume of swimsuit DLC that the costumes are designed to eroticize women. But is this something to be shamed? A practice that must be condemned and extinguished if video games are to move forward? It's clear that the female characters exist as subject with well-developed personalities, but they're also eroticized visual objects. Perhaps Team Ninja's artistic vision puts attractive women on a pedestal upon which players can gaze at ass cheek or deep cleavage if they so choose. Consider this. Team Ninja only hands the player the tools to objectify women. The game's interactive nature means that in order to objectify the game's characters, players must actively participate. We choose the outfits they fight in. So who's worse? The company that makes the bouncing breasts, or the player who chooses the outfit to match? Thanks for watching, and mahalo.